okay for everybody to be seeing all that we're doing right now. All right, it's fine.
We're testing. After we can delete. Okay, I'm joining. My desktop. Okay. Okay. Add. Okay. It's okay.
Okay, so you can see.
See you. This is me. And it's also showing here.
All right.
Okay, try it again.
Okay, so let's see if we can share your screen or share the screen. Is that possible?
Okay. But sharing the screen will come. You have to use laptop. Let me take it as an option. Use laptop.
But my laptop doesn't have an audio.
You can use mine.
Does it have audio? So I can speak and you hear without. Or is there an audio app that I can download on my laptop? Because this is using earpiece that I now have to.
Start configuring. Start configuring it. Is that the issue? Is that the issue?
All right, let's see. Where's that noise? Okay, let's see what is that. I wanted to research. Okay, so while we wait for our person, is your name obvious? Is it visible there?
My name?
Yes.
No.
Like as the second person that was invited. It's not. So it's only when you put on the video. What about we do an audio and then you have your phone stable somewhere? What do you think?
Okay.
You put your phone on mute. I mean, anything that is live is going live. Do you think I'm joking?
Okay.
So
I want to answer the first one about the name. So there's a part of adding description
of the person that
joined.
joined.
Yes. So like the title and description for. So it will include maybe the title of the webinar, then slash your name slash the person's name or and the person's name. So that's for the listing. Then for the audio, okay. So you want us to use the laptop? The slide you want to show you is the PPT.
I don't have a slide actually.
Okay, for her.
What if she wants to?
It's her media guy that will handle it, not you.
Okay, if she wants.
If she wants to, it's her media guy because we can do little or nothing here. Unless you now want to be the one to.
No, I don't have slides to show for now.
It's the media guy that will handle that.
So this thing is still live.
It's recording.
It's still recording.
Yeah.
Okay. So today I just want to discuss with you. Hello, besties. Hello, besties. You're welcome. Sorry, we're doing some background work. At least you can see some of the things that have to go on when we have something like this to do. Today with me, I have someone that walked into the studio, to the office, and I just thought, oh well, let's just go live. And she agreed to come live. So what she's going to do is because we don't want to show her face, but she's going to be telling her story, I'll just give her a mic to speak. And she's okay with that. Please put your mic on so that everyone can hear you. Yeah, so she's just going to have a mic to speak. While she's at that, I wanted to discuss a couple of things with you today, and I really do need your help. I need your help. I was talking with a client last week, and one thing that came out of it is that every therapist needs therapy. So don't assume that you can see my video on how to support your support system. So don't assume that because the person is always strong, that means the person doesn't need support. That's not true. Even those people whom you depend on, they also need a level of support. They also need your help. And here I am, your mental health bestie, asking for your help. I have quite a lot arranged, prepared for you, a whole lot. But it's prepared for you. I would want to know, what do you want me to do for you? As your bestie, I don't want to assume that I know all your needs. I know every single thing you want, every single thing you want to do. I just believe that there are particular issues or particular topics that you want us to address. Like I said, I have a pile load of topics here waiting for you. But I want, I would kind of drop a poll. I want to do like an evaluation. Let me know what you would want to hear about. So in 2 weeks' time, thereabout, we're working with my South African counterpart. She's a doctor and she's been at it for over 8 years. And she's going to be telling us, we're going to be dissecting this whole issue of suicide, especially amongst young people. So, suicide is one of those topics that, like I said, we're going to be discussing. And then we have the issue of codependence, where you don't get to feel anything other than what your dependent, your the person you're depending on is feeling. That often happens in abusive relationships, or let me just say, not developed. That we're also a topic. What do you want to hear about? What is going on around you that you want to hear about? And all. So, but like I said, she her mic is almost on. I and she's almost ready. The next topic I want to talk about that I really want to get your vote on is anger management. Now, anger management is a full course on its own. It's not something that I can say, oh, we'll just do it one video and it will be done. It is a full course on its own. And I really want us to get into it. But I want to know, is this something you want to handle? Um, is it something you want to handle, or is it just probably not important to you? But if it is, please let us know. What do you want us to handle? Like I said, we have a pile load of topics that we can handle. So right now, I talked about codependency. I talked about anger management. I talked about stress management, and I talked about which other topic was it that I just mentioned now? Stress management. We have personality issues. I talked about suicide. And there is one major topic that women do not address, this issue of postpartum depression. It is ravaging our country. When we talk about the SDG that deals with maternal mortality and all that, there is a whole lot going on in that area. Amazingly, 1 in 10 fathers also experience postpartum depression. So don't even assume that it is just women that experience it. So men that probably, what is this whole postpartum thing about? There are so many topics that I want us to address, and really, I want to know what you want to hear about. Because when we're bringing people in, I want to be sure that we're meeting your particular needs. We're not just bringing people in because we feel like, this is more like strategic planning for the the next 6 months thereabout. And we want to be having these lives every week, if possible, where you can call in, send in your questions, let us know where you're calling in from, let us know where you're listening in from, so that you can have someone address your particular issue. Remember, like I said, the therapy is important, but it is not cheap. So what we're trying to do is to cut down the cost, reduce what you have to spend to see a therapist as much as possible. So you can even do a therapy, or when you're seeing therapist, you now know this is where I am, this has been the issues, these have been the symptoms, this is where I think it's coming from, I need your help. It makes it a whole lot easier. Sincerely, it actually shortens the timeline that you have when you're already prepared. Like one of my mentors will always say, self-help is one of the fastest things that can help you. Positive self-talk. But what do you say when you when problem is? So when you're able to do a little bit of diagnosis, or you have an idea of where you're at, it's easier for you to talk with your therapist. Remember, when you are choosing your therapist, don't just jump into it because someone came online and told you they are this and they are that. I did a video on how to choose your therapist. Please check it in the description. There is so much that we've done, but there is so much more. I mean, mental health, especially in this climate, is not something we really talk about. Now we're even going to be bringing in a guest to tell us the legalities around mental health, because they say they pass it into bill in one or two countries, like um, what is going on with the countries that they've not even started talking about it. What does it even mean? What does this mental health bill mean? How does it apply to us? How can we appropriate what has been written concerning our mental health? Because if we do not take our health, issues generally, we don't take it into our own hands. Trust me, I mean, the people that are charged with taking care of it for us may not be able to get to you. By the time they get to you, may have already faced a whole lot of challenges, before they get to you. So that's why we're bringing in these specialists to come and talk with us. And like your bestie, if I not gist you first, who I go gist? That's why we're here, just to make sure that you are kept abreast of everything, every tool, or as much as possible, whatever is within our capacity to help you maintain all round wellness. This is still Wellness with Hadassah, and I am still your mental health bestie, Ebere Chukwu Honor. So, like I said, a client just walked in and is her video on. Are you okay with your video being on? Because I'm going to be asking some really personal questions. So she's I know I'm going to be asking a lot of personal questions, and she's someone that is bold, but there are some particular issues that people may not want, she may not want people to know about. So please just drop your questions. If you also want to be in one of our live sessions, maybe you want us to have one of our Instagram sessions where we have you call in, that's lovely. We're open to that. So let us know if you're okay with that. Our info is, our email is there. You can reach out to us and join the community. Like, there's a lot going on in the community, and you are welcome to join. Okay, so today we have with us a young lady, and we're going to be asking her some questions as regards work related stress. What has been going on with work, and how she's been able to cope with it. There's this myth that when you're working from home, like I've worked as a stay home mom, and you're working, and sometimes it gets to the point where you're so overwhelmed that you literally break down. So when we're doing the video on burnout, we were explaining how to note the symptoms, the emotional symptoms, the physical symptoms of a burnout, and how to avoid it. But sometimes we do these videos, and because it feels abstract to people who have not experienced it, it's even harder to even know what you are preventing. ahead of time. And especially in systems where women are expected to be a lot, to do a lot, to have a lot. It's not easy. I know it's not. Trust me. I know it's not. Everybody's depending on you, finances, emotions, everything like is on your shoulder. And gets to that point where it just feels like you're overwhelmed. I've had clients calling with tears. They are just crying. I don't know. I just feel like killing myself. This is how I'm feeling right now. Because they are at the point where they are burnt out. And when we talk about work, work is not just your job. It's not just related to those that have jobs, maybe 9 to 5, 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. You work the night shift. Some people who don't even have those regular corporate jobs actually do sometimes way more. And because there is that inability to create a balance or inability to create those boundaries, there tends to be, and then with some other particular self related or probably past related traumas or whatever it may be that that particular individual is facing. The mix is always crazy when it has to do with any individual and the environment. There are so many things that you can't say, oh, because this person reacted this way, then this person obviously must react that way to that particular situation. It's different for everybody. And that's why I did the video on the myths about emotions. Like I said, I've done quite a lot, and I expect that you at least follow us and you watch those videos to help your mental health. So today we're just going to be listening to her and get her to just talk a little. Of course, what I do for every one of my clients before we start any session is to take deep breaths. Oh, trust me, that does a lot of relieving of the burdens that they come in with, and it makes it easier for you to even communicate what is going on with you. So join us as we take our 3 deep breaths. Just three. Let's just do three, and then we can now start the session. So let's go. So remember to take deep breaths from your nostrils and breathe out gently through your lips. So the last one. Okay. So I trust that she took those breaths with us and she is ready to speak now. Welcome to the studio. So, because I don't want to get any personal information, can you tell us why you walked in here and what symptoms you've noticed so far with your new job?
Okay, about the symptoms, I think I experience this frequent burnout. Mm, like the workload, I get so overwhelmed with the workload. When I started, it wasn't that much. I thought it's something that I could handle. But as time goes by, I was given other tasks and it gets so overwhelming because apart from the job, I still handle some other accounts, and it's as if everyone wants me to deliver at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
It's as if everybody wants me to deliver at the same time, and nobody wants his or her job to slack. Everybody is on you, and you can't seem to. And most times, you're expected to bring in results because of the field that my job role and the industry that I operate in. So it's not like in finance where okay, just do calculations and that is all. But here you're expected, you're given a target and expected to meet the target. And when it looks as if you're slacking, you get warnings and some things that just gets you scared because when you um, look back at the past where you've been and how you got the job, I just become so scared. Like, what? what if I lose this job? Where else will I be? What will happen? And coupled with family pressure as the first child, every morning is as if your parents are calling you, your siblings. They want you to, apart from sending money, there are some other issues that you can't handle, but they just need to call you. And so it's just a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And church too, serving in media department too, and being the one that handles the accounts. Most times you just get calls, impromptu calls, and you're being asked to deliver without any question. So all these things are another thing, fear. Like, okay, when you go on social media, the friends are getting scholarships, they're just living their dreams, and most times I just get occupied with fear, like who my future hold, like all these things, are they really worth it? What if I wake up and I just lose everything? I just go back to the street, and what if all the things that I've dreamt of, they don't come to pass? Just start fear, especially when you're being scolded at. It's as if you're not making improvements. Just keep asking myself, is it, will it ever get better?
Oh,
That's it.
wow. We've listed quite a lot of things here, and I I completely, as much as I understand where you're coming from, I can relate to a large extent when it feels like the pressure of the world is on your shoulder, when you have so much to do and so much to deliver. If we are in a fast-paced world, like I recently talked with a client, and sometimes it feels like you're held in bondage to your life, and you just want to come out from your life and just let the life be going on while you are let everything be happening while you are at it. So in as much as I do not want to get into so much on this session, just want to make it a short one, um, so people understand. One of the things I picked from what you said is the fear of failure, the fear that some people actually also have the fear of success. So there are so many fears there. So there is the fear of failure, fear that you're not enough, fear of not being enough. From what you said, please, if there's any part of what I am saying that doesn't align with what you are feeling or what you think, you can just let me know. I'm just running it back to you just to be sure that of what I have an understanding of what you are saying. So fear of not being good enough, and then it comes in form of comparison. So or comes from the comparison of looking at other people and how they have advanced and how much they've achieved in a short time and what they show you most times on social media. I believe is am I speaking your mind? So what is expected of you also is part of what puts so much pressure on you. And then, but how does it react? How does it manifest? First of all, I want us to look at the physiological manifestation. That how does it affect your body? I know you would have noticed. I know you would have noticed, how it affects your body. But how does it affect your body? How do you think? What have you noticed about your body as regards the pressure, the burnout, and what you said you are feeling right now?
Okay. First of all, whenever I feel that way, I become weak. Like weak. I know I'm not really like a strong, active person, but to an extent, I try to get things done, but when I start feeling that way, I get weak, and the weakness comes from within, not from physical body.
Okay, so we could say you just become emotionally weak.
Yes,
Is
like
that
I just
okay?
lose the willpower.
Okay.
Yes, to I just like another thing, I just start crying. Like I don't know any time I'm alone, I see myself crying. Just start crying, and for that my body starts shaking.
Okay, so we talk about headaches as a result of the intense cry.
Yeah. The another thing that I notice is that I just
We talked about shaking, shaking like physical vibrations
yes,
or
my
shivering.
okay, I think it's shivering like my whole
Okay,
body from
shivering all over the body. Okay,
yes. The another one that I don't know if it's physical. This one is I just become so afraid, like little things that makes me scared. I know that we all have fears, but it becomes so visible that other people now
so you
see.
become frightened.
Yeah, frightened. That
Okay,
when you open the door, I just jump out as if maybe someone is coming to kill me or something.
okay.
Then the last one is God, I just think I've forgotten, but when I remember, I will say it.
Okay. So these are the physiological or
Okay, the
physical
last one, I
noticeable.
become so like cranky. Any little thing, I just
Okay,
start
become
shouting.
cranky. Okay,
Just start shouting little things that normally would make me angry. Just see myself
so
shouting.
you get
So I'm just trying to let out someone I've not spoken to.
okay. Trying to let out the extreme emotions or the extreme feelings. All right. Okay, in as much as I do not really want to get deep into what is going on with you at work, like on air here, I will still talk about that, like what your workload is.
Okay.
One of the things that we offer is how to better manage self in such a way that, teaching you tools and techniques in such a way, obviously in therapy, in such a way that that you can handle it. So knowing that these things, now these physiological symptoms you just talked about, is it when you know you're now burnt out or before?
Okay. So the one of losing the will, for me, I like work. Like I think that's one part of me that I like to work.
Okay.
Not like physical work, but I like to tax my brain, like
Okay.
work. So when I now lose that power, like I now want to maybe watch a movie or just don't want to do anything in regards to work. I know that I'm headed
You're
there.
heading there.
Yes.
Okay.
So the other one is now when I'm now there. The other ones that I listed
Okay.
is when maybe it's now manifesting. I'm really burnt out.
So how do you refresh? Like if you're in that state, I believe you've been in that state before. How do you get refreshed? How do you get replenished? How do you refresh, revive, renew, refocus, re-strategize? What are the things that more or less empower you, fill you up with so much more energy to get back to what you were doing?
Eh, I have not really taken like cognizance of okay, this is what works for me. But I feel whenever I feel that way, I like to talk to someone, and as at that moment, I don't want maybe to be scolded. I just want the person to
Listen.
listen. Yes, because I might cry and someone that will listen. Then maybe just tell me okay, everything will be fine. Just probably meditating advice. from someone,
Okay.
but I don't really know. I don't know other things because I do a lot of things to ease off stress, like watching movie. I love to watch movie, but I don't watch movie as systematically like watching movie from beginning to end. I try to fast forward. That's the way I watch movie. So I just want to know the
On a
end.
normal.
Yes, on a normal
Okay, so
day.
you're a jump to the end kind of person.
Yes,
I don't have the patience to go through the emotions of what is going
yeah,
on in
yes,
between the movie. What
yes.
kind of what's your genre? Like
Okay, so
what's
I
your
like action movies.
okay,
Yes, a lot.
that's another part. Action
Yes,
movies.
so I
Okay.
just want to get to the place where they are already fighting, or maybe they are already doing the shooting. I don't want to watch the long talk that led to them.
So you rather watch the action.
Yes, then after watching the action, I wanna it now leads me to the person what led to this. I wanna have to go back and find out. So that's why I can watch one movie like 10 times and I don't get tired because of the way I watch it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's well understood. Action movie. So we can very well say that when you see a movie, but when you're seeing those action points, those points where there is shooting and killing and all that, it doesn't affect you.
No.
It just makes you start thinking, what?
Yes, it's like it. What I say, it helps my brain. It helps me think like, okay, what led to this? What kind of weapon or what was this weapon? Like yesterday, I tried watching a new movie people talked about online, Jabu Jabu. So though it's a Yoruba movie, I watched the end. I like, okay, what made this guy behave this way? So I had to go back to watch. So this is just like
Okay. So it's safe to assume for now that the action doesn't affect you
emotionally.
emotionally,
No.
like negatively. It actually more or less is more like a jump start for
Yeah.
your brain.
Yes.
So it gets you moving. Okay. I'm going to ask about your sleep patterns and your eating habits. So your general health. That's what I would ask about now. But before we do that, I would want to take a water break because we've been at this and I am one that advocates for healthy eating. I do not joke with healthy eating. And of course, that's why tomorrow, which is the 27th of October, by 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Lagos time, we're going to be having our food and mood webinar. So it's going to be opening up a lot of things on how food affects your mood because it does, really. Food, the quality, the quantity, or the lack of it. It has effects on your mood. So we're going to take a break and we'll be back in 10 minutes. So let me just give you a 10-minute break for you to walk around. Thank you for joining us, but we will be right back on the second part of this session with our clients. Stay tuned. Did it end?
I've ended it.
All right.